Hey, good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. On this channel here, just to give you guys a quick, summary. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not a huge influencer. I'm not a huge presence on social media. I do have social media pages, but they're not like huge, and this isn't something that I do on a daily basis. I'm not running out here trying to build up, all these followers and stuff like that. I mean, it'd be nice to have them for the page or the channel or whatever, but I'm just letting you guys know this isn't what I do every day. I got a, full-time job or whatever, got to work, have a family, have a wife, I have to take care of bills, responsibilities, and stuff like that. The sneaker stuff is just something I do on the side, and more than likely I'm going to be probably really toning it down a bit with some of the purchases as I get into 2026. It's just more things that I want to put my money into. Not saying that these purchases that I've been making for the last few years have done anything financially to me. This has just been all like, I don't want to say like spare money, but just money that we didn't need for bills and just having a little bit of fun and, getting things that I couldn't afford to get when I was a kid or whatever. So this is just me documenting my process through all that. But I do have a plan to do some other channels, like behind me there's snakes. I have a plan to do do a reptile channel, start doing some reptile videos. I have plans to do some firearm videos and probably some financial literacy videos. So there's more to me than just collecting sneakers. And like I said, this isn't something I'm going to be doing forever because I'm running out of room. I probably need to sell off maybe 50, 60 pairs and put me down to a lot less than what I have now so I can start trying to wear more of my sneakers. But enough of that rant. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of who I am and, what I'm doing with all this. But anyway, today is Sunday, November the 23rd. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. This particular shoe here, this is my first time ever owning a Jordan in this particular silhouette. I've never ever owned these before. This will be the first time I ever owned one. I tried to get the Jordan 10 Steels. They came out a few months back. If you guys remember the videos that I did, I had one on a raffle with Amamanir. For some odd reason, Apple thought it was fraud, blocked the charge, and by the time I woke up, the order had already been canceled and given to somebody else, which is crazy because I've never had that happen. But for some odd reason that day, Apple thought it was fraud and they didn't do the EQL like raffle. They did it where like whoever the winners were, they processed the winners I think at like 6 or 7 a.m. that morning for some odd reason. And by the time I woke up at 9 o'clock, man, it was already given to somebody else. But I went in with this particular shoe. I said, you know what? There's a lot more stuff coming out that I want. I want a pair of the Black Cat 4s. I want a pair of the Gammas. And I bought a lot of sneakers this year. I was like, since I didn't get the Steel 10s, I was like, I'm not going to any raffles on this shoe. I'm actually just going to just pass on this one. I'm not going to even try to get it because I didn't get the Steel 10s. But when they dropped, I went in. And I'm sorry, you guys, I just need to pause the video for one quick second. So when these dropped on this past Wednesday, I was like, okay, I'm going to jump in on the SNKRS app and I'm going to go in for them. If I get them, I was meant to have them. If I don't get them, then I just meant that I didn't need them because I didn't go in any raffles. I wasn't going to go through that EQL bullcrap again. So, ended up got them screen. I was like, hey, it must have been meant. And it's crazy because right now, sneakers, they'll give me a couple of hits every once in a while because they let me hit on the Caitlin Clark, so now they let me hit on these. So I'm like, okay, they're giving me 2 good hits, in a row, so I got to give it to Nike. Hopefully I hit on the Travis Scott one of these days. But anyway, I hit on these on Wednesday. They shipped them out on Friday. They arrived yesterday, but I have all my stuff get delivered to a hub. I was trying to have this review done early yesterday morning or early afternoon, but we missed the UPS store and we ended up picking them up today. So here we are. But Nike did a good job on getting these shipped out. They shipped out of Atlanta and then they were here at my local UPS store at like 10:11 on yesterday morning. So perfect. So anyway, I've been doing a lot of rambling. Let me go ahead and show you guys this shoe. These Nike boxes sometimes get on my nerves. All right. I'll clean that up in a second. And I hate when they take the, if you guys know about these Nike boxes, this is enough. No, they don't have the one on there. Anyway, I'll show you guys here. Like, I hate when they take the strip and they take it off and then they close it, because the flap here already has an adhesive strip. So when you open it, there's supposed to be a strip here that you don't remove unless you're returning the shoe. Because then that way, when you pull the strip off, then you put it on there and it sticks together when you're going to send it for a return. But if you're not going to send it for a return and you're going to keep the box, you need that strip on here so that it doesn't get dirty or stop sticking or get caught on stuff. So I don't know why they sealed it here and here when they only needed to seal it here. I hate when they do that. But anyway, let me slide this out. And the thing is, when I hit on these on Wednesday, I was like, okay, since I hit on these, so I can have both pairs of the 10s, I'm going to be looking around Black Friday week to see if I can find a good deal on a steel 10. If I can, I will be having a couple of pairs so I can have both pairs of the 10s that came out this year. But anyway, here, oh, all right. Here we go. So this is the box here. It says Jordan 10 Retro, char red, gray, true red, black. Oh no, that's charred gray, true red, black. And this lid is pretty cool. Like, I saw some people review this, but I actually, you know, until you have this particular, I never had any Jordan that had this box lid on it yet to this point. And looking at this is actually pretty cool, because it's got like the Jordan 1, the Jordan 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, and the 9. And then it's got all these photos of Jordan on it. You know, I guess through, you know, different stages up until this point as he was releasing, you know, each different shoe. There's like a picture that correlates with each shoe, which is pretty nice. And then here in the middle, it's got the Wings logo on it, which I think this is actually really, really cool. So like I said, I'm going to have to try my best to get a pair of the steel 10s. I got to. Can't let this year end without me getting a pair. I hate to pay retail, but I'm going to have to. But without further delay, here's the shoe. And I'm looking in here. It does have a quality control sticker on the inside of here. If you guys can see it, it's got a stamp there and the green, white and green sticker there. So if you guys do get these for resale, you know where the quality control stickers are. All right, let's open these bad boys up. So once you unwrap this tissue paper, it's wrapped in another set of paper, but it's going the long way, it looks like. So you gotta fold that out like that. And plow, there's the shoe. All right, let me slide this on out. Oh man, these are sweet. And I remember like back in the day, seeing these in the East Bay magazine. So y'all don't know, like back in the day when I was in elementary school, middle school, you couldn't go online and order shoes. You either went and waited in line at the shoe store, or you went up to the Foot Locker whenever, you know, after the Jordans dropped, or if you was getting the East Bay magazine once a month, once a quarter, you get the East Bay magazine, you pick out the shoe, you call that number and tell them, hey, I want to order a pair of shoes. You get on the model number or whatever, and they process your order over the phone, and they would ship them to your house. And sometimes, it's not crazy what it was back then. They used to do what was called, I mean, sometimes they do it now, but it was called COD, cash on delivery. When the UPS come knock on your door, you would have to give the UPS man a check, and he would take the check, let you sign for the shoe, and you would pay him at the door. That's crazy. Like, it's completely different now. Like I said, I'm in my early 40s. It's different. You know, I done seen from what seemed like the Stone Age, you know, when I was a kid up until now, and you see all the advancements of technology and how far we come. It's crazy. But appreciate you guys for watching this. I really do. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. All right, so here you got the shoe, the Jordan 10. Now, the interesting thing about this, what I always liked about this silhouette, but even though I never had one, is that when this shoe dropped, they didn't think Jordan was going to come back and ever play basketball again. So then they dropped this shoe. This shoe they dropped to commemorate all of his achievements up until that point. They did not think he was coming back to play actual basketball. So you got all the different accolades for every year. which I think is so sweet. The Jumpman on the bottom is red. You know, the sole goes in and out of black and gray. Each accomplishment is in gray. The upper is a gray nubuck, which is actually, you know, feel like a pretty good, decent material. Someone said that once these get wrinkled up, they look kind of garbo. So hopefully they don't wrinkle up too bad. But around here at the anklets, it's like that black leather. And then it's got like, you know, black laces. The tongue doesn't really have anything spectacular on it. Except at the top, it just says Air Jordan 23. The midsole is black. And the back there is a red Jumpman. And on the inside, there is a red insole that says Nike Air, which is pretty nice touch. And on the inside of the shoe here, the little material, it's like some checkered cloth material. It looks like it should be pretty comfy. And then with the left shoe, pretty much identical. There's no differences. Now with these, someone was saying that in one of their reviews that the pair, I think they dropped in like 2018 or something like that. There was a pair that either dropped in 2018 or 19 or somewhere around there. And the Jumpmans are all going in one direction. But on the back of these, the Jumpmans are facing each other, which is actually pretty cool. So, you know, it's really not much else, you know, I can really say about the shoe. Other than these are really, really dope. They're fire in hand. I did go with a 9.5. That's my true to size. I heard with the 9s, they either run true to size or slightly bigger. They say the steel 10s actually ran slightly bigger. So, you know, a 9.5 should be, you know, cool or whatever. But without, you know, prolonging the video even more, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm hoping to maybe have a video for you guys in maybe another week or 2 weeks with a pair of the steel 10s. So be praying that I can actually cop a pair for a good price. I'm hoping to pick up the steel 10s along with the Union 1s that I missed this year. So if I get the Union 1s and the steel 10s, the Gammas and the Black Cat 4s, that should be it for me. Unless I could find a really good deal on the Spider-Man Origins. If I can find a good deal on those Jordan 1s, then I would pretty much at that point have 4 pairs of Chicago's, just different themed Chicago's. I have the Lost and Founds, the Spider-Man 2.0s, the Origins, and then the Unions. That'll give me 4 variations of Jordan 1 Chicago's. So hopefully I'm able to get my hands on a pair of the Union 1s within the next week or 2, and along with the steel 10s. Definitely got to try to get the steel 10s. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Flood up those comments. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And you guys have a wonderful night.